Addressing a press conference, Gaurav Gogoi reasoned that his wife, who is a renowned public policy expert, was in Pakistan for a project on Southeast Asia. Gogoi stated that it was during her stay in Pakistan when he visited Pakistan. He underlined that his visit to the neighboring country was back in the year of 2012-2013. Let's first listen to what Gaurav Gogoi had to say.
आज से लगभग 14-15 साल पहले मेरी धर्मपत्नी, जो पब्लिक पॉलिसी की एक जानी मानी विशेषज्ञ है, वो एक साल एक इंटरनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट जो दक्षिण आसिया में काम कर रहा है क्लाइमेट चेंज पर, वो एक साल उस समय आज से 14-15 साल 11 में हैं, तब वो एक साल वहाँ पे थी और दक्षिण आसिया के उस प्रोजेक्ट को लेकर एक साल वो पाकिस्तान में रही और फिर वो 12-13 में इंडिया में आई और तब से वो काम करी और फिर उन्होंने 15 में एक नई नौकरी ले ली। तो अगर उन्होंने या मैंने, जब वे उस संस्था में थे, तो मैं भी आज से 11 साल पहले, 12 साल पहले, मुझे भी याद नहीं अभी ढंग से, 2013 की बात, मैं भी 2013 में एक बार जब उनके साथ में गया, तो इसी बात का अब ये जो इनका तो रोटी ही मानहानि है, का काम ही मानहानि है, तो इस बात को लेकर वो बार बार अपना एक मतलब बहुत ही एक सी ग्रेड बॉलीवुड सिनेमा बना रहे हैं, जिसका रिलीज डेट उन्होंने 10 सितंबर को दिया है, जो पूरी तरीके से फ्लॉप होने वाला है।
Doubling down on the Pakistan charge against Gaurav Gogoi, Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma said that the MP has finally admitted that he did visit Pakistan. Taking to social media platform X, Himanta Biswa Sharma wrote, and I quote, "Finally, Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi has admitted that he visited Pakistan. But let us be very clear, this is just the beginning, not the end. What lies ahead is far more serious. There exists every reasonable ground, supported by credible inputs and documented information, to suggest that Shri Gogoi has maintained proximity with the Pakistani establishment." Unquote. However, Gaurav Gogoi has vehemently dismissed the allegations against him and his wife. The Congress party MP had asked Himanta Biswa Sharma to provide evidence for the allegations that he was leveling at him.
देखिए, मुख्यमंत्री की ये पुरानी आदत है कि लोगों के आंखों में धूल झोंकना। एक समय में जब राहुल गांधी जी असम में आए थे एक यात्रा में, तो उस समय तो राहुल गांधी जी का बॉडी डबल मुख्यमंत्री को दिखता था और बॉडी डबल को लेकर वो बहुत वार्तालाप करते थे। मेरे मन में यही सोच है कि मेरे संदर्भ में जो ये झूठे आरोप ला रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं मेरा कोई बॉडी डबल उनके मन में मंडरा रहा होगा और इसीलिए इस प्रकार से नॉनसेंस रिडिकुलस बातें वो कर रहे हैं। जो अगर बहुत संवेदनशील मामला है तो ये कोई पिक्चर नहीं है बाहुबली 1 बाहुबली 2 जिसको लेकर हम 10 सितंबर तक लगे रहे। जो भी हमारी बातें रही है वो मैंने आज प्रेस वार्तालाप में आपके समक्ष रखी है कि जिस समय का वो विवरण कर रहे हैं वो आज से 13 साल पहले का है, आज से 14 साल पहले का है, मेरे संदर्भ में आज से 12 साल पहले का है। तो हमारा प्रश्न ये है कि अगर उस समय कुछ गैर कानूनी काम हमने किया है तो सरकार पिछले 10-11 साल से चुप क्यों है?
Now, Congress MP Shashi Tarur has issued one of the strongest statements yet on India's counter-terror doctrine. Speaking in Panama City as part of an all-party delegation, Tarur said that the era of restraint is over and that India will no longer hold back in responding to cross-border terrorism. Referring to past retaliatory strikes, including the surgical strikes after Uri and the Balakot strikes after Pulwama, Tarur underlined that India crossed both the line of control and the international border to target terror hubs deep inside Pakistan. He revealed that recent covert operations have gone even further, striking terror infrastructure in the Punjabi heartland of Pakistan. Tarur also hit out at Islamabad for continuing to shelter terrorists and for denying justice in cases like the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack.
We are a growing, prosperous country. We don't want to be distracted by wars, conflicts, and terror. We want to focus on growth, on prosperity, on a better life for our people. Unfortunately, our desire to just be left alone is not reciprocated by our friends on the other side of the border. They have chosen repeatedly to attack us because they believe that they want territory which they do not control, which we control, which it is part of the sovereign borders of United India. And we are not going to give it to them, even if we have to pay the price that we have repeatedly been paying. But what has changed in recent years is that the terrorists have also realized they will have a price to pay. On that, let there be no doubt. The Assembly, the National Assembly, for her understanding, sympathy and support for India's fight against terrorism. As far as we are concerned, we're very grateful for the warm welcome. When we presented the President with a shawl from Kashmir, the place where this tragedy happened, she in turn gave us a symbol of the warriors of Panama, saying she hopes that we will fight against terror with that strength. And that, I thought, was an excellent message to leave the National Assembly with.
And in a public display of the growing rift within the Congress party, senior leader Udit Raj launched a scathing attack on his party colleague Shashi Tarur, calling him a super spokesperson of the BJP. Reacting to the Thiruvananthapuram MP's remarks in Panama, Udit Raj said, and I quote, "Congress MP Shashi Tarur is the super spokesperson of the BJP, and what the BJP leaders are not saying, speaking in favor of PM Modi and the government, Shashi Tarur is doing. Does he even know what the earlier governments used to do? They are taking credit for the Indian armed forces. Shashi Tarur has become the spokesperson of the publicity stunts of the BJP." Unquote. Udit Raj accused Shashi Tarur of echoing BJP's propaganda and undermining Congress's military legacy, particularly its role in the 1965 and 1971 wars and covert UPA-era operation. Posting on social media platform X, Udit Raj said, and I quote again, "How could you denigrate the golden history of Congress? How could you be so dishonest to the party that gave you so much?" Unquote. Tarur, notably, was not the Congress's official nominee for the international delegation, yet is leading it on visits to the US, Guyana and Panama. This latest episode has once again exposed deep internal fault lines within the Congress party at a time when the party is trying to project unity on the global stage.
शशि थरूर जी बीजेपी के सुपर प्रवक्ता हैं, जो बीजेपी के लोग नहीं कह पा रहे हैं। मोदी जी की चमचागिरी या मोदी जी का गुणगान जितना वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, और बीजेपी के लोग उससे ज़्यादा शशि थरूर कर रहे हैं। शशि थरूर को पता है कि पहले की सरकारों ने क्या किया। पहले की सरकारें ढोल नहीं पीटती थी, तो ये शब्द वापस लेना चाहिए कि पहले ऐसा नहीं हुआ है। पहले सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक होती थी, पता नहीं होता था। ये मोदी जी जैसा नहीं कि करेंगे नहीं और प्रचार करेंगे और सेखी बघारेंगे और उसका लाभ लेंगे। सेना की कार्रवाई का लाभ लेने के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी उसको पब्लिक डिक्लेयर नहीं करती थी, लेकिन ये पब्लिक सेना का सारा श्रेय खुद ले रहे हैं। सेना का कोई सम्मान नहीं हर, तो उसमें शशि थरूर ये जो पब्लिसिटी स्टंट है भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, उसके इस समय प्रवक्ता बन गए।
कांग्रेस पार्टी दो मुंह से बात रखती है। ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग में देश के साथ, सेना के साथ, ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग के बाहर जो है देश को गाली, सेना का अपमान, ये लगातार हमने देखा है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को चुटपुट बोलना, पाकिस्तान के नैरेटिव को बढ़ावा देना, पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट देना। अब जब ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन गया है और पाकिस्तान को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर बेनकाब कर रहा है और उस ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन में कांग्रेस डीएमके सारे नेता है, उसको कभी टूर एंड ट्रैवल और बारात उद्धव सेना कहती है, कभी कांग्रेस पार्टी कहती है कि हमें क्रेडिट दीजिए, हमारे नेता जाकर वहां पर बात रख रहे हैं। और उदित राज जो राहुल गांधी के बहुत करीबी है, राहुल गांधी के क्लोज कॉन्फिडेंट है, वो कहते हैं कि शशि थरूर वो बीजेपी के सुपर स्पोक्स पर्सन है। क्यों? क्योंकि शशि थरूर जी ने देश की बात रखी है अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर। उन्होंने बताया कि कोई सीज फायर नहीं है, राहुल गांधी का एक झूठ साबित हुआ। उन्होंने बताया कि कोई मीडिएशन नहीं हुई, राहुल गांधी का दूसरा झूठ साबित हुआ। उन्होंने बताया कि भारत की सेना ने पाकिस्तान की कुटाई की तो पाकिस्तान टेबल पर आ गया और पाकिस्तान भीख मांगने लगा, तो राहुल गांधी का तीसरा जो प्रोपेगेंडा है वो ध्वस्त हो गया। तो भारत का नैरेटिव और भारत का पक्ष लेने के लिए और पाकिस्तान का नैरेटिव ध्वस्त करने के लिए अब उदित राज उन्हें गालियां बक रहे हैं। और उदित राज जो बोल रहे हैं वो दरअसल राहुल गांधी की स्पीच है, वो राहुल गांधी के शब्द है।
But what has changed in recent years is that the terrorists have also realized they will have a price to pay. On that, let there be no doubt. When, for the first time, India breached the line of control between India and Pakistan to conduct a surgical strike on a terror base, a launch pad, the Uri strike in September 2015, that was already something we had not done before. Even during the Kargil war, we had not crossed the line of control. In Uri we did. Then came the attack in Pulwama in January 2019. This time we crossed not only the line of control, we crossed the international border and we struck a terrorist headquarters in Balakot. This time we have gone beyond both of those. We have not only gone beyond the line of control and the international border, we have struck at the Punjabi heartland of Pakistan by hitting terror bases, training centers, terror headquarters in 9 places.
Nara Lokesh is all set to be crowned the Telugu Desam Party's king in waiting. Nara Lokesh will be appointed the working president of the TDP. The announcement is expected during the party's high-stakes 3-day Mahanadu conclave, currently underway in Kadapa. At 42, Lokesh already holds key portfolios in the Andhra cabinet, including human resource development, information technology, electronics and communication. His elevation comes on the back of the TDP's sweeping comeback in the 2024 Assembly and Lok Sabha elections, where the TDP-BJP alliance bagged 164 out of the 175 assembly seats and 21 of the 25 Lok Sabha seats, raking in over 53% vote share. With Chandrababu Naidu still at the helm, Lokesh's expected rise is seen as a clear message. The party is preparing for a generational shift. Lokesh, who played a pivotal role in the party's campaign strategy, is now ready to step into his father's shoes, hopefully with a vision of his own. In a rare show of unity, both the Congress party-led government and the BJP-led opposition in Karnataka have strongly condemned actor Kamal Hassan for his controversial statement claiming that the Kannada language originated from Tamil. At a film promotional event in Chennai on Saturday, Kamal Hassan, while referring to Kannada actor and superstar Shivraj Kumar as his family living in another state, said that Kannada language was born out of Tamil. Reacting to the controversy, Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah said, and I quote, "Kannada has a long-standing history. Poor Kamal Hassan is unaware of it." BJP leader R. Ashoka went further, calling Kamal Hassan a mental patient and urging the state government to boycott all his films in Karnataka. The statement has sparked sharp reactions across political lines and society, with pro-Kannada groups and cultural activists demanding a public apology or clarification. BJP Karnataka President B.Y. Vijayendra criticized the remarks as uncultured behavior and disrespect towards Kannada. Posting on social media platform X, he said it was the height of arrogance for Kamal Hassan, who has acted in many Indian languages, including Kannada, to insult the language by involving actor Shivraj Kumar. Kamal Hassan's comments have reignited a sensitive debate on linguistic identity and regional pride as activists protested by tearing down posters of his upcoming film Thug Life in Bengaluru and even threatened to disrupt the actor's promotional appearances. Political leaders and groups have warned that a failure to apologize could lead to a wider boycott of his films across the state of Karnataka.
இது அந்த ஊரில் இருக்கும் என் குடும்பம். அதனால தான் அவர் இங்கே வந்திருக்காரு. அதனால தான் நான் பேச்சை ஆரம்பிக்கும் பொழுது நான் உயிரே உறவே தமிழே என்று ஆரம்பித்தேன். அதில் தமிழிலிருந்து பிறந்தது தான் உங்கள் பாஷையும். அதனால் நீங்களும் அதில் உட்படுவீர்கள்.
No, this particular person, Mr. Kamal Hassan, has always been acting smart. One should understand and one should know what he is talking. That too, a sensitive issue like languages, particularly, because language is life, language is mother.
Kamal Hassan might have quoted from history, sources from history. You know, Manonmaniyam Sundarampiள்ளை had written in his book, கன்னடமும் கலிதெலுங்கும் கவின் மலையாளமும் தொழுவும் உன்னுதர துதித்து எழுந்தே ஒன்று பல ஆயிடினும், which means he might have taken some historical fact and Kamal Hassan might have read and quoted it. It is not his finding. He might have taken his source from history and might have told. That doesn't mean that he is insulting Kannada.
What kind of debate is this? Kannada language has a history of thousands of years, right? Our lipi itself is 1500 years. Tamil, Kannada, all these are languages which are ancient, which are part of the foundation of this country. That means it goes back to thousands of years history. What kind of debate is this necessary at all at a time when we all have to get united, whether it's Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, everyone has to get together. I didn't expect Mr. Kamal Hassan to come out with this kind of statement, which is unfortunate.
Now he wants to make some noise in the political arena and to make sure and he gets positioned as the Rajya Sabha member of the parliament and a person who is in the public life. And the first point where he starts with his language row is nothing but seeking attention, because now he has been given the Rajya Sabha seat, assured of a Rajya Sabha seat from DMK. Now he wants to start his political journey in this manner. I would say this is an attention-seeking stunt by Kamal Hassan. Nothing more to it.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದ ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಇದೆ, ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Meanwhile, the DMK has announced a Rajya Sabha ticket for Kamal Hassan. One seat has been allotted to Makkal Needhi Mayyam, his party. And that seat will be contested by Kamal Hassan. Makkal Needhi Mayyam's leader Kamal Hassan is set to enter the Rajya Sabha now following a poll deal agreement with the DMK. Kamal Hassan, poet Salma, advocate P. Wilson and S.R. Sivalingam have been announced as the DMK candidates for Rajya Sabha. Elections for 6 Rajya Sabha seats in the MLA quota from Tamil Nadu will be held on the 19th of June. Two shocking cases highlight abuse faced by marginalized communities in India. In two deeply disturbing incidents this week, the vulnerability of India's tribal and Dalit communities has once again come into sharp focus. From Attapadi in Kerala to Tenali in Andhra Pradesh. In Kerala's Attapadi, 2 men have been arrested for allegedly assaulting and tying a 19-year-old tribal youth to an electric pole. The youth, identified as Siju from Agali, was reportedly walking along a village road when he slipped and fell. The accused, a driver and his assistant, claimed that he was blocking their milk van and in a fit of rage beat him and tied him to a pole. He was rescued by the locals half an hour later and is currently undergoing treatment at the Attapadi Tribal Taluk Hospital. Police have booked the duo, the accused, under the SC/ST Atrocities Act and relevant sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. And in Andhra Pradesh's Guntur district, a viral video has triggered outrage after it showed police officers publicly thrashing 3 Dalit youth in the town of Tenali. The police allege that the trio, Victor, Babulal and Rakesh, were under the influence of drugs and had attacked a constable. But the youth claimed that they were framed after they refused to pay a bribe demanded by the officer. The video shows police taking turns to beat the youth with lathis, focusing on their legs and the soles of their feet as the crowd watched in silence. While inquiries are now underway in both the cases, activists say that these are not isolated incidents but part of a larger pattern of systemic abuse and prejudice against historically marginalized communities. In a huge boost to India's maritime capabilities and in the midst of rising tensions with Pakistan, the Indian Navy is set to receive one of the world's most advanced stealth warships, the Kamal. This is the second of 4 Talwar-class frigates being built under an Indo-Russian defense agreement. The frigate will be officially commissioned into the Indian Navy by June 2025. And here are some of its key features. The frigate is equipped with BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles, anti-submarine weapons and a helicopter platform for surveillance and combat operations. It's part of a broader agreement between India and Russia for the procurement of 4 Talwar-class frigates, with 2 being built in Russia and 2 in India. Bangladesh's Supreme Court has acquitted a senior Jamaat-e-Islami leader, overturning his death sentence by the 2009 Bangladesh International Crimes Tribunal in a war crimes case related to the 1971 Liberation War against Pakistan. The apex court observed that the death sentence was handed down without any proper assessment of evidence, leading to an unjust verdict. 73-year-old Azharul Islam is the leader of the Islamic Party, which was opposed to Bangladesh's independence from Pakistan in 1971. He was arrested over charges of committing crimes against humanity during the war. The tribunal had sentenced him to death for multiple charges, including genocide, murder, and rape. Professor Muhammad Yunus's interim government law advisor, Asif Nazrul, welcomed the acquittal with a social media post that said that the credit for creating the scope for establishing this justice goes to the July-August mass movement leadership. However, hours after the announcement, left-leaning students at the premier Dhaka University and Northwestern Rajshahi University took to the streets, accusing the interim government of facilitating Islam's exoneration. They said, and I quote, "We condemn the interim administration's attempt to rewrite history after 54 years with such assertions." 6 top Jamaat-e-Islami leaders and 1 senior figure from former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's Bangladesh Nationalist Party were executed on the orders of the tribunal. And with that, it's time for a short breather. We'll be back with more news and updates on the other side. Keep watching News 9.